Navy SEALs go on a mission to take out North Korea's anti-drone radar system. Unfortunately, they end up 20 miles offshore from their intended destination. No, this is not breaking news. It's a subject of the book Destination Korea, written by Ocean Pines author Jack Fries. And Jack joins us this afternoon. Thank you for being here, Jack.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
Just those two lines right there intrigued me.
Okay.
So this is actually your third book. It's called Destination Korea. Can I see that there? And so tell me, what is it all about?
Well, basically, there's been a Mexican standoff with Korea for about, what, 70 years or so. I said, well, maybe it's time to do something about it.
Yeah.
So what I do is I figure we'll take the leadership out and then let South Korea help them to get back on their feet again.
Right, right.
Basically what it boils down to, the popular things are Navy SEALs, attack submarines, and drones. So I figure I'll work all those in and see if we can come up with a plan.
And you did, and this is historical fiction, which is the genre you love. Why is that?
Well, I always liked history because going back to the War of 1812 all the way up through Civil War and so forth, the people are so fascinating. And the human interest side of it is what really gets me.
Right, it's more than military,
Yeah.
it's lives,
It's
and
lives.
everything within.
Right.
And what motivated you, though, to write about North Korea?
Well, I was on active duty in the Atlantic during the Korean War, but I figure, what could we do to help the administration out in a fiction sense? And so I said, I would like to use something that's very popular, like the drones and the SEALs and so forth. So I worked a plan out. Would you like me to say what the plan basically is?
Sure.
Okay. This submarine is going to take these trained SEALs as close as it can get to North Korea so that they can go ashore and knock out the radar systems that prevent drones from coming in.
Okay.
And then they can, once that path is open, then a drone from the submarine can come in, it's armed, and it'll take out the leaders at Pyongyang because they'll be there at a big parade at that time.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, you better watch out. You might get a phone call from Washington wanting some more on your strategy. Yeah, right. Okay. So you, as you mentioned, you did serve in the Air Force, correct?
No, Navy.
Navy, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And how much of that is worked into your writing, the things that you learned?
Well, that experience was great, but as a young engineer, I worked on Polaris submarines.
Oh.
And so we designed the launch equipment that went in for the missile launch systems, and so I got a good operational feel for that.
Sure.
Yeah.
And this is not your first book based on the military. You have another one that is called They Shall Be Remembered.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, tell me about that.
That begins in the War of 1812. Actually, it starts in Chesapeake Bay, and with Waterman family, and they're freed slaves, and then there's some immigrants going into Baltimore. So all these families, I follow them through the years until we reach almost to World War II.
Oh, okay.
So what I do is introduce them to the real people, and I try to use the real dialogue of some of these people like Robert E. Lee and work it in with the dialogue with the fictional people so that we bring everybody alive, hopefully.
Yeah, very
so
fascinating.
that's what's exciting to me.
Is there anything that you're working on now, something we can look forward to?
Well, I'm interested in a girl named Hetty Carey during the Civil War from Baltimore. She was smuggling supplies over to the Confederates from Baltimore, and she was brazen enough to wear a Confederate flag dress while the Union troops were all around. So finally they said, you got to go.
Yeah.
So she went to Richmond and became friends with Jefferson Davis and so forth. So that's quite a story, and that's a true story.
That is a true
So
story.
I'll make fiction out of it.
Wow, looking forward to that. Author Jack Fries, thank you so much for coming in. The name of the book is Destination Korea. We'll have a link on our website if you'd like.